I just got finished grading our week 1 essays, and I wanted to just kind of make a quick video to show you a way to approach some of these essays. I think it could help you in this class, but even going forward in your college writing. A few of you did really well organizing your thoughts and organizing your essay, but I saw some challenges in that as well. So for instance, going back to week 1's essay, what I might do before I start actually writing the essay is organize my thoughts or organize the way that I'm going to lay out my essay. So I'm going to start with an introduction, an introductory paragraph, and then I am going to have my next paragraph be answering which, or let's just say it this way, McNeil question, my church is doing well. So then I'm going to state that question, and I might actually fill in the blank, like how do we make effective followers of Jesus, or what is that doing? And then I want to think through, what is a concrete example of how my church is doing this? I need to defend or show how it is that my church is answering this question. In other words, we want to give an evidence, and notice that word concrete. Okay, so the more specific that we can get, the better. So I might give a specific illustration of our discipleship path that we have at our church that's answering the question, how do we make effective disciples? And I might even choose to give a second concrete example, but really, if I kind of flesh out one concrete example in a 1,000-word essay, I'm probably going to be in good shape. And then I'll go to my second paragraph, body paragraph, which is going to be, which McNeil question is my church struggling with? So I'm going to again state the question, and this is where I'm referencing and citing the text, and then I'm going to say, okay, here's the concrete example of how we're not doing as well. So maybe it's that we're not getting outside of the walls, we're not engaged in community needs or whatever, if that addresses the question that's stated. And so I'm going to kind of give examples of we're not doing that. We're very inward focused, and there's no outward focused missional aspect of our church, and maybe give examples of that. Okay, so again, we're going to flesh that out. And then there was a third paragraph that you were prompted to in this particular essay that said, so what needs to improve? And so here I'm going to say maybe a McNeil suggestion. So I'm going to refer back to that question where my church is struggling. And in his writings, what were his practical suggestions of what the church needs to do to improve if that's a question that we're not answering well? So I'm going to say McNeil suggestion and maybe reference that, and then my suggestion. So specifically, how does what McNeil suggests relate to what I could see actually happening in my local church? And maybe we do a couple of those. McNeil suggestion and then my suggestion. In other words, how am I connecting that to a particular ministry that could be happening in my church, or a particular focus that should be happening in my church? And again, getting as specific and practical as possible. And then I'm just going to do a conclusion. So I found in my college writing that this was really helpful if I would maybe just do this and even type in and fill in some of those blanks and then just start fleshing out the essay. All of a sudden you've got your essay pretty well written, believe it or not, and it also is going to communicate with clarity what it is that you're being asked to do. Just remember, in these essays, the main point is to get as practical as possible. So yes, we understand the biblical concepts, we're understanding the textual concepts that we're reading, but the best way to demonstrate understanding is to show that you know how to apply them to where you're already leading or where you're already worshiping. So get as specific and practical as you can in these essays. That's one thing that I'm really looking for, and that's what's really important going forward so that you are applying these concepts in very practical ways to live out your ministry. I hope this helps seeing this, and know that you're welcome to ask me questions anytime or seek guidance as you're working on these writing assignments. Hope you all are doing well. We'll talk to you later.